Hey everybody, Tim Furlong coming back at you from My Quarter Turns. So this week I'm going to ask, who do you trust? Many of you know I got my start doing what I do as a touring musician, toured all over the country, and I tell people that that prepared me for my next role, which was in sales, because I learned to handle rejection really well as a singer. But anyway, people always want to know what the lessons were that I learned or if there was value in it. And there were so many things I learned doing that for so long. And one of the things I learned mostly was you have to have someone that you trust implicitly. And that person that I trusted was my songwriting partner, Donnie. Donnie and I had a rule when we were songwriting. And the rule was bring all your ideas. But if the idea stunk, if it wasn't any good, it was the responsibility of the other person to say it. You had to just be brutally honest about it. There was no candy coating it. This idea is no good, and this is why. And the responsibility of you bringing the idea was that you couldn't get hurt by that. There was no egos. You just had to accept that. Now, there was a second part of this, is that if you really felt strongly about the idea, if you really had some passion for it and could put some reasoning behind it, and could stand up for it, well, then the other person would have to acquiesce and kind of work on it with you and see it through. That alone helped us work through so many ideas very quickly, and it ultimately helped our end products become so much better by the time we would present them to the rest of the band. And so you're probably wondering, how does that relate to you in leadership? Well, I would ask you, who do you trust? Who are you willing to bring any idea to, talk out loud to, share whatever with? But most importantly, are you allowing them to be brutally honest with you and tell you, yeah, that's crazy, that's not going to work, that's a bad idea? And when they do, how do you respond? Because the one thing I do know is you need people around you that are willing to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. So I'll ask you these few questions about this trust issue. Number one, who do you trust in your business? Do you have that person you trust implicitly? Number two, are they able to be brutally honest with you and tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear? How do you respond when they're honest to you? Do you get all pissed off and angry and throw your sucker in the dirt and leave? Or do you accept that? And are you willing to stand up for an idea even if they disagree with you? And then finally, if you don't have that person in your life somewhere, in your business, find them. It's important. You cannot get to your next level without people that you trust, that are willing to give you unfiltered feedback and share with you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. So until next time, here's to you and your continued success, and finding somebody you trust, one quarter turn at a time.